Conservative MP Michael Cooper absolutely goes off on the latest Liberal scandal, except this time it's not with Justin Trudeau, it's with Mark Carney. So Michael Cooper here, he posted this on his X feed. He says, Carney's offshore cover-up. Carney got caught stashing billions in funds in Bermuda and the Cayman Islands. Meanwhile, Carney refuses to come clean about the extent of his use of offshore tax havens. Canadians deserve to know how much Mr. Elbows Up is dodging taxes in Canada. Hey, Liberals, you know who else dodges taxes? According to you? Donald Trump. So there's another area where Mark Carney is now similar to Donald Trump. Congratulations, guys. You're so smart. So we're going to have a look at this, and then we'll talk about it. Now, before I get into it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps grow the channel, and I appreciate you so much for doing that. Let's have a look at what Mr. Cooper has to say, and then we'll talk about it.
The Prime Minister stands to make tens of millions of dollars in future bonus pay from 3 investment funds that he registered in Bermuda and the Cayman Islands. So a simple question, how many other investments does the Prime Minister have in offshore tax havens?
Good question.
The Honourable Government House Leader.
That member knows very well that all members in this House must abide by some of the strictest, most stringent ethics rules in the world. The Prime Minister has not only met, but exceeded his requirements under those...
strictest rules in the world? If that were true, Justin Trudeau wouldn't be on a boat with Katy Perry. He'd be somewhere else, if you know what I'm saying.
Under those ethics guidelines, Mr. Speaker, and he will continue to do so.
The Honourable Member for St. Albert, Sturgeon River.
Mr. Speaker, expert testimony reveals that the Prime Minister's company, Brookfield, is the biggest tax dodger in Canada, having avoided paying a staggering $6.5 billion in taxes in just 5 years. As chair of Brookfield, the Prime Minister registered 3 investment funds in Bermuda and the Cayman Islands in which he stands to make millions. So again, how much does the Prime Minister have in offshore tax havens?
The Honourable Government House Leader.
Once again, Mr. Speaker, Canada lives under the most stringent...
Yes, once again, Mr. Speaker. Canada, we're so strict and we hold our politicians accountable. I dare you to look into a mirror and say that statement with a straight face. I dare you. And again, if we were the most strictest and most proper country in terms of politicians abiding by the rules, then Justin Trudeau would be sharing a jail cell with P. Diddy. Okay? So that's a crock of shit. Stephen McKinnon. My God, I mean, this guy is... There's so many Liberals who are insufferable, but he's climbing the ranks lately. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments.
Strong ethics guidelines for designated public office holders in the world. All members must comply with these requirements. These requirements are met very transparently, including the Prime Minister's, which is all, of course, available for the public to view. These ethics guidelines in Canada are strong, and we should be proud of that, Mr. Speaker.
The ethics guidelines are strong, Mr. Speaker. Okay. Let's find out how strong they are. So pierrepoilievre reposted, he says, Mark Carney, the banker who can't budget. Then a Conservative MP, Sandra Kobina, who's great, by the way. And she says, breaking, Parliamentary Budget Officer shreds Carney's budget. Only 7.5% chance the government hits its own deficit target. And the debt anchor is projected to rise, not fall. Mark Carney is touring the country selling a budget that he knows doesn't. Let's have a look.
The Independent Parliamentary Budget Officer just shredded Mark Carney's new fiscal anchors in Budget 2025. The PBO says that there's only a 7.5% chance that this Liberal government hits its own deficit targets. And the debt anchor, well, it's expected to rise, not fall. This is insane. Mark Carney threw out the debt to GDP ratio. That's your gold standard. Every serious country uses it. He threw it out because it made his numbers look bad. Yes, it's actually projected to get worse over the next 5 years. So he goes and replaces it with a new one, the deficit to GDP ratio. But the PBO finds that there's only a 7.5% chance that that ratio actually declines over the next 5 years. There's stress testing that is done on the budget, much like you would in your own household budget, if there's an additional unexpected expense or if you find savings along the way. Well, stress testing shows that most scenarios are worse than the Liberals' own projection. So the bottom line is Mark Carney scraps the old fiscal anchors because it made his numbers look bad. He invents new ones, promises to follow them. But the PBO says he's actually unlikely to meet any of them. So Canadians are left with a serious question. Is Mark Carney a banker who cannot budget, or is he a banker that's manipulating the budget? Let me know what you think.
He's manipulating the budget. Now, Stephen McKinnon, is that abiding by the rules? Not to mention the fact that he's got $90 billion that he's hiding. What's up with that? What's up with the tax havens? Why won't he answer those questions, Stephen McKinnon? Why won't Mark Carney answer those questions? Because he's not doing what he's supposed to do. I don't have the proof for you. No one has it. It's just, well, I guess the Liberals will call it a conspiracy theory. Technically it is until you have proof. But we all know the guy's dodging his taxes. We all know he's going to go over his spending. That's our money, by the way. That's corruption. Sending it to other countries, not doing what he's promising to do. He's already not done what he's promised to do. A deal with Donald Trump was supposed to be done August 1st. Is it done? No. This guy's done nothing. He's lied about everything, and we are now about to start uncovering some more. That's right, more liberal scandals under a so-called new government. And Mark Carney is abiding by the rules, they say. I mean, to be fair, what else? What is Stephen McKinnon going to say? Oh, yeah, no, he's a crook and he's here to get rich. That's the truth, but Stephen McKinnon, who's also a crook who's looking to get rich, isn't going to bail out his buddy. Or isn't going to, sell out his buddy, rather. So, he stands up there and reads a line that sounded very scripted, talking about how Mark Carney's following the rules when we all know there's offshore cover-ups. We all know he's on the list, if you know what I mean. And we all know he's going to break his promises, spend way more of our money than he should. And yet, it'll all be legal in the end, just like Justin Trudeau, right? Right.